All right, what is up, everybody? I'm Robert Wykowski Jr. back to you with yet another video. Last week wasn't quite the result that we were looking for the Detroit Lions. However, after falling to 3-4 on the season, there is still a slight bit of hope that they could bounce back and still make something out of this season. They are on the road this Sunday at US Bank Stadium as they look to take on NFC North rival the Minnesota Vikings, who are currently 2-5 on the season. I'm going to break it down real quick, looking at the last matchup, a little bit of matchup history, a couple things to watch out for, keys to the game, a highlighted matchup, and then finish things off with my prediction. So without any further ado, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. All the support has been greatly appreciated up until this point of the season. We are 4 subscribers away from our 75 subscriber goal, so make sure you go down below and smash that subscribe button. Also, if you are enjoying the content, please feel free to smash that like button. We have gotten 10 plus likes on every video so far this season, so let's keep it up because all of the support, as I mentioned, is greatly appreciated. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right into it. Now, looking at the last matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings, it took place on December 8th of 2019. David Blau went 24 for 40 for 205 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions in the second half. Blau got the start because Matthew Stafford was sidelined by a hip and back injury for the 5th straight game. The Lions entered the week averaging 5.8 yards per play, the 4th best in the NFL. However, the Vikings defense held the Detroit Lions offense to just 3.2 yards per play. And 6 days earlier, the Vikings defense gave up a season-high 37 points in a defeat at Seattle. Now looking over at the Minnesota Vikings, Dalvin Cook had 75 yards from scrimmage, a rushing score on 20 carries over 3 quarters as the Vikings stayed on track for the playoffs, all while taking it easy on their star tailback, who missed the previous game because of an injured collarbone, and the Detroit Lions ended up losing that game by a final score of 20-7. Now taking a look at the matchup history, really brief, the Minnesota Vikings lead the all-time series 76 wins, 39 losses, and only 2 ties against the Detroit Lions. The first matchup dates back to November 19th of 1961, where the final score was Detroit Lions 37 at Minnesota Vikings 10. All right, so looking at things to watch out for as well as keys to the game. There's not a lot to watch out for this week. In my opinion, the only thing you really have to watch out for the Detroit Lions is how they bounce back both offensively and defensively against the Vikings after last week's performance against the Indianapolis Colts. They weren't able to stop the run. They couldn't really generate any offense. They weren't able to get pressure on the quarterback. They were really struggling. They also lost Kenny Galladay and Trey Flowers, who won't be playing on Sunday. So seeing how this team was able to adapt and kind of reconfigure themselves and kind of figure out what to do offensively and defensively, now that we were losing 2 of their best players against an NFC North rival, is going to be a huge factor to what this team can do down the road. As for the Minnesota Vikings, it all comes down to how they come out of the gates. Are they going to be very heavy with the running game? Are they going to try to establish a passing game with Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen? Is it all going to come down to how they want to take this game? I would say it's going to be a lot of the running game because Dalvin Cook is a phenomenal running back. I mean, he's really good in the passing game as well. But he knows how to run the ball. And that's all what it's going to come down to, is if they can effectively run the ball. And if the Lions can't stop it, this game is going in favor of the Minnesota Vikings. And that kind of goes into my keys to the game. The Detroit Lions, all they have to really do is stop the run. They're an effective defense if they can stop the run. They were able to do that against the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Atlanta Falcons. They weren't able to do that last week. Now I get it. The Jacksonville Jaguars and the Atlanta Falcons aren't great teams. They're not playing their greatest football right now. They don't really have good running backs. Sorry, Todd Gurley, but you messed up at the goal line, so I'm throwing you into this mix at the moment. You're a good running back any other time. However, They need to be able to stop the run consistently, not just 2 weeks and then let 100+ yards to a running back and then kind of do this all over again. This back and forth roller coaster of a season isn't fair to Lions fans. I get it. Football's tough. It's different every week. I didn't play football. I don't understand, but I want to understand. So that's why my key to the game is just stopping the run. If you can get pressure on Kirk Cousins, that's great. But your focus should be stopping the run, because if you stop the run, they're going to look into the passing game more. And we have 2 decent corners. Justin Coleman is coming back. I mean, he could be an improvement to the secondary. There's options in the secondary for the Lions to be able to step up and make plays necessary if they can stop the running game and have the Vikings go more to the passing game. As for the Minnesota Vikings, the biggest thing, it's not going to be offense. It's going to be all defense. This defense needs to be able to get to Matthew Stafford consistently, apply pressure to Stafford, kind of control that pocket area. You can get to Matthew Stafford, you can disrupt any momentum the Lions have. This game is going in your favor because he's going to start forcing throws and forcing mistakes, and that's not what the Lions want. That's what the Vikings are going to be kind of drooling over, is if they can make that happen, that game is in their possession. It's in their hands. They can do whatever they want. It's not going to matter. Because the defense is being consistent, getting to Matthew Stafford and making Stafford make throws that he's not normally going to make. So if this defense can do that, get consistent pressure, disrupt the running game, stop Swift, stop AP, it's Minnesota's ball game. All right, so we're going to end things here with my prediction. Unfortunately, it's not going in favor of the Detroit Lions. It is, in fact, going to their NFC North rival, the Minnesota Vikings, by a final score of 35-24. I do think this running game is going to be way too much for the Lions to handle, let alone the receiving group of Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. So I think it's going to be a little bit too much. I know the Lions defense looks like it's improving each and every week. Last week, it didn't really look like that. They were getting beat a lot by running backs. They weren't really able to stop the running game. Their defense couldn't really get a lot of stops. Their offense really couldn't get a lot going. Sure, the Vikings defense isn't like the Colts defense, but if the Colts were able to put that much pressure on Stafford and really were able to disrupt any momentum this offense tried to get, this is going to be a rough game for Lions fans. So therefore, my prediction is going in favor of the Minnesota Vikings, like I said, by a final score of 35-24. So if you guys do enjoy the content, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, make sure you like the video. As I mentioned earlier in this video, all your support has been greatly appreciated through this point in the season, and I hope it continues. Trust me, I love doing this, and seeing you guys loving the videos means so much to me. So without wasting any more time, I'm going to wrap it up here and say thank you guys all for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.